guys, it's Tori with Camp Chef. Sorry we're running a little behind. We had some technical difficulties, but we are up and running and we are excited to show you today's recipe. As you can see, we're back on the back patio. It's been beautiful weather here lately, so we're excited to be outside cooking outdoors on our brand new Pro 90X series. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the Pro X series that we just came out with, you need to look at it. Go on campchef.com, look up the Pro X series. It's right there on the homepage. You can't miss it. Go check it out. They're really awesome, and we're cooking on it today to give you guys a little closer look at what they can do. Plus, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Whoop.
Yep. So we thought we'd show you like a nice little dinner for two kind of thing if you guys have plans of cooking on Valentine's Day. If you're alone and you're like, screw it, then this is a really good recipe to enjoy by yourself as well. So it's really a no-loss recipe. We're doing cedar plank salmon today, which isn't exactly a recipe. You can kind of use any salmon recipe you want to. So whether that's teriyaki, you want to make some like lemon butter, whatever you want to do with your salmon, it's really up to you. Cedar plank is more the method of how you cook it. So we're going to show you some tips and tricks with how to do that. Oh, and the exciting part, right, Tom? The giveaway.
Yes.
We are giving away some of our skookies today. I'll show you guys what those are. So these are just our little mini cast iron skillets. They're pre-seasoned cast iron, so you can cook on them right when you get them out of the box. They're awesome because they are skookie size, so they come perfectly designed to make your own skookie, which... Let's get some likes for skookies first of all. Those are delicious. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're gonna see later today. But it is delicious. Melty cookie dough, melty ice cream. You can't go wrong. Yeah, exactly. So we're giving away 2 of those today when we hit 400 shares on this video. Right, Tom? Did I get that right? Okay.
Yes.
And then if you guys are super awesome and we hit 600 shares on this video, we're gonna give away a 3rd skookie. So total of 3 skookies that you guys could win as soon as we hit 600 shares. So get sharing. Sharing is caring. That's Tom's favorite saying, right? You like and comment to enter, and let's get started with our recipe.
Absolutely. All right, Tori, what are we starting with?
So, actually before gloves, we have our cedar planks here. Now, we're using cedar planks today. You can get other types of wood planks. Cedar's probably the one you've heard of, probably the most common because a lot of people make cedar plank salmon, which is what we're doing today. But you can use planks, wooden planks, for a ton of different meats and veggies and other kinds of meals. You can think of it almost like the variety of wood chips that we have, or wood pellets. All the kinds of woods give off a different smoky flavor. It's sort of the same idea when you're picking out a wood plank. You're getting that same kind of woody, smoky flavor mixed in with your meal. So that's what we're dealing with today. We have soaked these guys for, let's see, a few hours. Man,
2.5, 3 hours?
Something like that. They recommend that you soak it for at least an hour. Longer is better, but if you are crunched for time, you at least need an hour of these guys soaking, completely submerged underwater. We had them in the sink. We filled the sink up a few inches, and then you want to stick them down in there, and it's wood, so it'll float. So you want to fill a cup or a bowl or something with some water or something else heavy, and set that on top so they stay submerged in the water for the time that it's soaking.
Now, I know we haven't been asked this question, Tori, but some people may ask, where would they get something like this?
So we found our cedar planks today just at our local grocery store, back by the butcher department. I imagine that most of you will probably be able to find cedar planks back near your butcher area, but you can also look online. You can find everything online, right? Plus maybe other specialty like kitchen outlets, kitchen stores, cooking stores, that kind of thing. So that's where you can find your planks. Really quick, back to soaking, why we do this. So as you guys probably can figure out, if you put dry wood in a really hot environment, it'll probably burn, right? That's what happens with your pellet grills. You put some pellets in the burn cup and they burn and they create smoke and flame and all of that stuff. But we are putting our food directly on these planks, so we don't want them to burst into flame. Otherwise,
we don't want charred
yes,
cedar plank
exactly.
salmon.
We're making cedar plank salmon, not charred salmon. So we don't want that open flame on our wood planks. So you soak them so that they won't catch fire, basically. They will get hot, of course, but they'll smolder and they'll smoke a lot. So what you're getting is that wood-fired flavor, not that burnt, charred flavor that you might get from like an open flame. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, let's get to the fun part of actually putting these guys together. So once you have soaked your cedar planks, I'm just going to brush them with olive oil a little bit, just to give the salmon something to not stick to. Don't have to be drenched or anything, but
Hey guys, so while Tori's doing that, that's I guess exciting or not exciting. Just to let you know, so we're going to be making some cedar plank salmon in our pizza oven. So this is what we're cooking on today. We're going to be doing some cedar plank salmon in there, and then also a little bit later I will be showing you guys how to do some veggies on our grill box. And we're doing this all on, if you watched us last week, we have our brand new Pro 90X stove. So we've got that going on, and we've got a giveaway going on too. Guys, make sure you're sharing. It was at 400 shares, we're going to give away a set of these. Turn that around. So what this is a skillet for personal cookie goodness. So we'll be putting some cookie dough in there, not cooking it quite all the way, so you have that kind of gooiness. We've got a local favorite, some famous Aggie ice cream, and I picked the flavor, cookie fudge. But we need to reach 400 shares before we give a set of these away, or 2 of these away, right, Tori?
2 sets at 400 shares.
2 sets at 400 shares, and if we can hit 600 shares, we're going to toss in the third. So, and Tori, let's see, while she's working on this, where's everyone tuning in from? We've got lots of people tuning in. We've got 117 people watching.
Nice.
Where's everyone tuning in from?
So while you guys are answering that question, I'm eager to hear. What I've done here is just pat down the salmon with some olive oil. I've sprinkled a little bit of seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit more on there. We're using our
Western New York
citrus herb seasoning today. Western New York, hello. This is really great for white meats, poultry, fish, like we're doing today, and other things, vegetables, stuff like that. So that's just sprinkling that on, and that's, like I mentioned earlier, you don't really need a special recipe to make cedar plank salmon. You just kind of go with what sounds good, right, Tom?
Yes, ma'am.
So take your favorite salmon recipe and try cooking it cedar plank style. You might like the results.
Had some folks from Southern Oregon, Oklahoma, Michigan. Where
Hi,
else?
everyone.
Southern Illinois, Ontario, Salt Lake, so not too far away. All right, so Tori's going to be bringing that over in the pizza oven, and we've got the temperature at, let's see, that temperature reads 600 degrees is what we've got our pizza oven at.
This guy runs real hot.
So we're just sliding those in.
In fact, it's so hot I'm going to go ahead and slide them in with a heat glove. Just way better safe than sorry. Gonna just stick those right in the middle.
And temperature-wise, guys, we've got the setting at basically a low heat. We did heat things up a little bit, so we turn it down, but we're sitting at about 600 degrees in the pizza oven. And now, Tori, it's time for some veggies.
Yes. Do you want to go ahead and show them how to do that, Tom?
Absolutely.
All right.
Pass things over to you.
We are making the veggies today on our barbecue box. Make sure it's not too hot. We've been preheating this as well. Ta-da! Cast iron grill grates. So they get pretty dang hot and they hold the heat really well. So we are going to be grilling up some veggies today. If you guys are just joining us, we are doing a giveaway today, which is maybe what you guys are excited about. We're giving away 2 sets of our Skookies. What's the set come with, Tom?
So a set comes with 2 of these, 2 7-inch skillets, and then also a cookie mix. So you guys will have everything you need to make these cookies right off the bat.
Yeah, so you could win a set, which means 2 of these and cookie mix. You're ready to go. We need to hit 400 shares on this video before we start giving those away. We're going to give away 2 sets, so keep sharing, you guys. We have 170 people right now. If all of you shared just like one time. You can share more than once, so don't be shy.
And to enter, as always, like and comment.
Yes.
Nothing super difficult.
Definitely.
But definitely want Camp Chef family involved in what we're doing here. And
so what are you doing, Tom?
dropping asparagus on the ground. So all I'm doing right now is, I think we've got some, this is why you soak the cedar plank, because they're already drying, starting to dry out and pop a little bit. But what we're doing is that we're just covering these in oil, and here in just a minute, covering these. All right, let's go ahead and get our asparagus on the grill box. And nothing too fancy there, just throwing it on there. Really, we're just trying to almost kind of char them a little bit. So let's get our, and we've taken some sweet potatoes and just sliced them up, toss some olive oil on it, and grab another glove here.
Let's get some likes for who of you guys, who likes asparagus here? I mean, grilled asparagus. It's probably one of the easiest recipes you can do on a grill, but man, it is so tasty. Am I right?
Absolutely. I love grilled asparagus.
Hey Lyle from Fort Collins.
Woo-hoo.
Thanks for joining us. While Tom's laying those out, let's go ahead and take a little peek at our cedar plank salmon. You guys, I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but you can already see how much the planks are drying out. And we soaked them for like 3 hours. So soaking is really important.
Yes.
You can see that the salmon's starting to cook a little bit. So I'm excited to taste that. One thing to mention about what we're doing today is we are cooking the cedar plank salmon in indirect heat. You can do it on your grill with like the burners going and everything and just stick them right on the grill grates. Your wood will probably get a little bit more charred that way, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just all up to your preference. So, Tom?
Yes.
Mike wants to know if we blanched the potatoes first.
We did not. I imagine that if you did that, they would cook a little bit faster. I mean, wait for the truck to drive by. This is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes, so hopefully they'll finish when everything's all said and done. I actually turned up the heat a little bit to help move things along. But yeah, if you blanch them, absolutely, that's totally fine. Cook a little bit faster. Might take on a little bit of a different flavor doing that beforehand, but absolutely, by all means, go for it.
Definitely. Lyle, to answer your question about the cedar planks, I'm glad you asked because I wanted to mention that. You can sometimes reuse your cedar planks. It all depends really on how you use them the first time. So if you cook on them in direct heat, like right on your grill, and they kind of flame up a little bit or they get pretty charred, then you probably don't want to cook on them again. Because most of the flavor by that time has been burned off for the most part. If you cook with them in indirect heat, like we're doing today, chances are you'll probably be able to maintain them well enough that you could cook on them again. So, you guys could possibly reuse them. Of course, if you do, you want to make sure that you clean them thoroughly, which we will explain how to do that in a second.
Yes, so while we've got salmon rolling, we've got our asparagus going and sweet potatoes, and we're going to need to be sure and check on those here in a minute. Make sure, for those of you just joining in, share, because we want to be able to give 2 sets of our cookie set away, and to do that you need to hit 400 shares. And remember, you can share more than once, and like and comment to enter. So by all means, we definitely want to hit 400 shares during the video. So remember, as always, sharing is caring.
I think a lot of people.
And
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, while we're getting all this going, let's go ahead and start on the cookies. What do you think about that?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh, all right.
Because Heather, I believe, really wanted to know. She asked, "What is this cookie?" We've been saying this for so long, and I think we just throw it around the office so often that we know exactly what we're talking about. But for anyone who has not experienced Skookie goodness, this is for you. And you want to win this giveaway, so make sure you're sharing because these are good. So, you have your little skillets, right? And you have your cookie dough. If you are super...
Where's our cookie dough fans out there? Who eats raw cookie dough? This guy.
But be careful, right? Safety first.
Yes.
You can home make your cookie dough if you've got like a great cookie dough recipe. Tom and I were a little lazy today, and we.
No, we're not. We totally made this perfectly mixed cookie dough. What are you talking about, Tori?
Definitely not homemade, but you can totally home make your own cookie dough. In fact, you don't even have to use chocolate chip cookie dough. You could use sugar, you could use peanut butter, you could use whatever you want, white chocolate, macadamia nut if you're into that kind of thing. Whatever you love. You want to spread it out, give yourself a nice cookie dough base. Now the important thing is you don't want to overfill your cookie skillet. And why is that, Tom?
Because, as I have learned from personal experience, you end up with cookie dough in the oven, which everyone in the office just really loves the smell of burnt cookie.
Yes.
So, while Tori's working on that, let's take a look at our asparagus. We're going to need to flip those here pretty soon. And I saw a question roll across as a temperature for our pizza oven. So we have the knobs, the heat set at a low, and that really is basically a low heat. And I just checked the temperature with our thermometer here, and we've got our pizza stone at about 530 degrees in the center. Let's see, 530, 520 on the outsides, and about 520 in the center. And we're at about 550 degrees here. So what you're looking at is a temp right around 500 degrees. I don't want to cook it too long. We're looking for that salmon to be white and start to flake off. That's what we're looking for. So
yes.
All right, Tori, what are we doing here?
I'm going to slide one of the salmons over so we can start this skookie going. You know, I might just do it this way.
Yeah, Mike, the pizza oven is an accessory to the stove. I was at a conference over the weekend, and really the best way I explain the stove is that it's a cooking system, and just like your stove top at home won't do anything unless you start putting stuff on it. If you want to boil something, you get a pot. If you want a saucepan or do a sauce, you get a saucepan. Same idea with our stoves. You get a stove if you want to do pizza, or in this case cedar plank salmon. What you're doing is that you're going to get a pizza oven. If you want to grill, you get a grill box, so on and so forth. But it's a cooking system, so it's really, you can make it whatever you want. All right,
So,
what you doing here, Tori?
This is how much I filled it. I'm showing you guys this because you don't want to overfill it. Remember how cookie dough expands when it cooks? You want to give it a little bit of room so you don't have an overflowing cookie. So we're just going to slide that right in and get it cooking.
Well, keep an eye on that.
That cedar smoke is it's strong. I can smell it.
All right,
Hopefully
well,
it'll taste good later too.
I need to turn over the asparagus and those sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Get your rusty trusty tongs, and I have this on.
Ooh.
Currently it's low heat, but we had it pretty hot right off the bat. And really what you're going for with your sweet potatoes is you're going for fork tender. Unless you're one of those rare folks out there in the world who like their sweet potatoes a little bit more crunchy, by all means, go for it. And Tori was nice enough off camera to get me a fork so I can see the status on
these are fork tender.
On these.
Who are our veggie grillers out there? Who likes grilled veggies? We grill a lot of meat on this show, don't we, Tom?
Yes, we do.
But you know, there's something to be said about grilled veggies.
And actually, those are getting close to being done.
Let's get some likes really quick. See those sear marks? That looks beautiful. Good job, Tom.
Oh, thank you. And if you didn't catch what I did, so all I did was rubbed them with some olive oil and put some fresh cracked pepper on it. And I think they're going to taste awesome.
I think so too.
I did that not too long ago for my family with our pellet grill. Fired up the pellet grill, turned it to about 375. Did the exact same thing. My kids didn't like them. My wife and I did, though. That was a win.
So if you guys are just joining us, we are doing a giveaway today. We've mentioned this a few times, but if you're just tuning in, we're giving away 2 sets of our skookies, which in a set you'll get 2 of these little cast iron skillets that are perfect for putting some cookie dough in there, putting it in here, and then scooping some ice cream on top, and it is awesome. So it comes with 2 of these skillets plus some cookie dough mix, and you'll be all set to start making your own cookies. So when we hit 400 shares, we'll give away 2 of those. If we hit 600, you guys, we'll give away 3 sets of those.
And you have until midnight to enter. So make sure you have until midnight to enter. Once we hit 400 shares, it's just a like and a comment. You guys can definitely do that. Sharing is caring. I know I always preach that, but it is. All right, just to be fair. So here in just a minute, we'll be taking off our sweet potatoes, our asparagus, our salmon's going to be done here fairly soon. And by the time we get it off, plated, make you guys hungry, I think our cookie's going to be ready. We can dish it up with some famous Aggie ice cream, the cookie fudge, chocolate ice cream with chocolate cookies. For the chocoholic, it's money. And we'll go from there, and we're checking to see how many shares we're at right now.
Yes.
Last we checked, we're not quite halfway. Just waiting. Waiting. Waiting.
244.
Awesome.
So almost there, guys.
We are almost there. Let's check on our salmon here.
We are making cedar plank salmon today, you guys, if you missed the beginning here.
We are, and I think our salmon is close to being done. Let's actually pull one out, take a look at it.
So some tips with cedar plank, if you guys missed the beginning. We soaked the cedar planks for... Ooh, well, let's get a close-up of this really quick. Pause that. That looks good. Yum, yum, yum. Anyway, got distracted by the food. We soaked the cedar planks for about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. You want to at least soak them for an hour. You can see how much they're drying out in the oven there. And you want to soak them so that they don't dry out too much and start burning, but they smolder and they smoke the whole time. If you guys could smell the smells right in front of the oven, it definitely, you can tell it's cedar in there. So that flavor from the wood surface and from the smoke will get into the fish and it'll taste real good. So that is what we're doing today.
All right,
and test one of those, Tom?
Yes, and a good cooking tip. I wasn't entirely paying attention, Tori. Sorry. Good cooking tip when you're doing salmon or really any fish. You're looking for it to start to turn white and to flake. If it's not flaking off very easily, you still need to cook it a little bit longer. But you really want to watch that because the last thing you want is overcooked fish, particularly salmon. That would be really unfortunate.
Definitely. So we're going to test one of those guys now then.
think we're good there.
You want to make sure you test the middle part, because that is where the meat will take the longest to cook.
I think we're there, Tori. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's peek in there. Ooh, it's starting to flake off real good. Let's get some likes for that. Man, that looks good.
All right, let's get our plates ready, and we'll take those guys off.
I didn't even pay attention, but look, there's our skookie already coming up. So that looks super good.
All right.
Are we plating these fish?
Well, I don't know about plating, because plating sounds gourmet.
Okay.
And
are we putting these fish fillets on plates?
yes.
Okay.
All right.
Woo. So, hang on, I'm going to try to get under really quick. I just want to show you guys. You can see, I hope you can see, how it's gotten a little bit charred, which is okay. That's kind of the idea of a cedar plank.
So I'm just going to go ahead and set that right there for now.
And while Tom's getting the other one, I'll give you guys a close-up of what we get to eat today. Man, that looks really, really good. So I'm just giving you guys the money shot right there. Hope that's making you hungry. If you guys are just joining us, we are doing a giveaway today. We're giving away 2 sets of these cast iron cookies. What you get in a set is 2 of these skillets and some cookie dough mix, and we're giving away 2 sets of those as soon as we hit 400 shares. If we hit 600, if you guys are super awesome and we hit 600, we're giving away 3 sets of those. So you can make your own cookies for Valentine's Day, whether you're sharing it with someone or you're eating your woes away with chocolate and cookie dough and ice cream. Either one sounds pretty good to me. There's our other fish fillet. This is looking great. We didn't really use any particular recipe today for this salmon. We used some of our citrus herb seasoning. Ta-da! But the cool thing about cedar plank salmon is you can kind of do whatever recipe you want. So if you like teriyaki salmon, if you like some mango salsa, if you like, you know, lemon, citrus, whatever, you can use whatever salmon recipe you like the best. All right. The final presentation, Tom. Pretend this is for your wife, right? Look at that. You plated it.
I think my wife would be okay with that. And in fact, if she's watching this right now, she might say, "Hey, Tom, what are you making for dinner next week?"
Yeah, definitely. So here's the remainder of our cedar plank. If you guys want to reuse your cedar plank, first of all, you probably only want to do that if it's not charred up too badly, which this one actually looks pretty okay. It's a little burned on the back, but as you can see, it didn't catch fire anywhere. And that's because we were cooking with indirect heat with it. So if you were doing indirect heat, or if it didn't get charred too bad, you can actually reuse it. What you want to do is rinse it off really well with hot water, scrape off any food bits. You can actually even run it through the dishwasher without soap. That's important. You don't want to apply soap to these because the soap will soak into the pores of the wood and it'll taste real funky. So you don't want soap on these, but you do want to sanitize it. So the best way to do that is with really, really hot water. That being said, you probably don't want to reuse it too many times.
I think our cookie's done, Tori.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
A little well done, maybe.
But realistically, as long as the center of that is still soft,
That's true. That is true.
that's what we're going for. So I won't put this on the
bamboo cutting
on
board.
the bamboo cutting board.
That would
Done
burn
that
it.
before.
Let's get some ice cream on there while it's still
Yes.
hot. So for those of you who haven't had a skookie, this is the beginnings of it. As you can see, we burned it just a little bit on the edge. But like Tom said, if that center is still warm and gooey, then it doesn't even matter, you guys. because it tastes so good. We are giving away some of these too as soon as we hit 400 shares, which last we checked we were almost at 350, so 50 more to go, and 2 lucky people will be winning a set of these. So there is our skookie. We're gonna let that ice cream melt a little bit onto the hot cookie.
Oh, it's melting. Tori, should we try our food?
Yes, it looks delicious.
Am I trying or are you trying?
Well, let's both try.
All
Where's
right.
the other fork, Tom?
It's over here.
Okay.
All right, let's dig into this one.
Sounds good. I'm sorry, I'm just diving right in.
That's all right.
I'm not even waiting for you. It's good.
Well
It's
done.
good.
Let's try the veggies.
Oh yeah, let's see how you did with those nicely seared sweet potatoes. Look at those. Oh, they're perfect, Tom.
Now the real trick is trying the asparagus.
Hey Steve, thanks for tuning in.
Well, that piece obviously I did burn a little, but let's try one of these pieces.
Overall, how was it? Valentine's Day grade?
That's a Valentine's Day dinner.
Nice.
I would agree.
And how easy was that, Tom? I mean,
Really good. So we just did a complete Valentine's dinner in 25 minutes, 30 minutes,
yeah.
and
And it looks super fancy. I mean, look at that. Cedar planks, grilled asparagus, grilled sweet potatoes. This is awesome, you guys. And a melting skookie ready to eat.
all right. And last we heard, we're at 346 shares. So keep sharing. Sharing is caring. I think we should dig into the skookie. What do you think, Tori?
All right, as our little finale, that'll be good. Make sure to go for the center.
All right.
Ooh, that actually looks pretty dang good in the middle. Do you feel the love, the Valentine's Day love?
I feel the Valentine's love so much so that I think you should make your own. I want that one.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's why we brought 2 out here, right? So remember, keep sharing, you guys. As soon as we hit 400, we're going to give away 2 sets of these. You can make your own skookie for Valentine's Day. And if you guys try this dinner on Tuesday, let us know. Let us know how it goes. Take pictures, tag us. We will definitely respond. We love seeing people
Absolutely.
cook on our stuff and seeing what kinds of awesome food you make. So
Yes, and be sure and join us next week. We will be cooking next week. What? You'll just have to find out. Remember, sharing is caring. Like and comment to the end. And always, thank you for joining us, guys. We appreciate it.
we'll see you next week.
See ya.